You've heard of the Cowardly Lion, haven't you? And the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and Toto? Sure. And just mention the name Dorothy and her ruby slippers and everyone is transported back in time. Well, maybe not everybody, but most people, most older people anyway, say people over 42 or 43. That's the age of people today who would have been about 8 years old when the last annual showing of The Wizard of Oz was presented on network TV. That was the last time, 1991, that the movie was aired annually. Broadcast began back in 1959 and ran for 32 years, other than 1963 due to a scheduling change. On global lists of the most popular movies of all time, The Wizard of Oz regularly ranks in the top 5 of all time. The U.S. Library of Congress recognizes it as the most watched motion picture in history. So, you could say we've established its popularity, right? The Scarecrow, the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, Toto, and Dorothy. Names not that far removed from everyday conversation, are they? Well, again, I guess if you're over 40, perhaps many under. So why is it that I feel so old when it comes to Starbucks and The Wizard of Oz? Okay, let me back up a little bit. You see, I've been known to joke around a bit, a lot. In fact, most everything I say is a joke, off the wall, or sarcastic. In fact, a friend once even told my wife that he assumes everything I say is a joke, and then he goes on from there. So, you can now understand that when I order a Starbucks and I'm asked what name to put on the drink order, I've been known to say something like the Tin Man or Toto, even the Scarecrow. It always solicits a chuckle, or at least a smile, and that makes me happy, knowing I've lightened somebody else's mood. But lately I've run across some baristas that are stone-faced with the names I'm giving out. At the least, I'm getting some strange reactions. A couple of weeks ago, for example, I was asked for a name, and I pulled out my favorite, Toto, which has always been a surefire smile-getter. I got a little reaction. I thought a positive one, but when I picked up my coffee cup later from the counter, Toto was spelled with a D, like in tasks to do, to do items. And not the Toto with a T, as in the 1980s American rock band from L.A., Toto. So that was a bummer. Then there was the time when I used Scarecrow, again, another surefire winner. In return, I get a who? Scarecrow, I say, as in The Wizard of Oz? Oh, yeah, sure. But I think the winner of all time was last week. And what name do I put on the order? She asks. The Tin Man, I respond, and then wait for the reply. And I wait. Maybe a smile? No, nothing. I shrug it off. I go sit. Later, I hear my order called. Tin Man. Was that me? Yeah, I think so. I walk up to the counter and check the name on the side of the drink. Yep, it's mine. I walk back to the table and show my wife what's written on the side of the cup. Tinman. Tinman, as in the last name of someone like Bob Tinman. I'm losing faith in the power of Oz. Perhaps I need to move on to a different movie. One maybe a little newer, more relatable to the younger Starbucks crowd. I think maybe I'll try Han Solo or E.T. or how about Indiana Jones? Maybe Professor Snape or, oh wait, I got it. Bond. James Bond. That's my take on it. For Paragon Communications, I'm Paul Joseph.